guys, and welcome to Reporter. It's only a quickie really, because I didn't really have a lot to say. I was compiling some other bits of investigative stuff that I've been working on, and today this popped up on Just Vapes. Vibrant Vapors e-liquids, posted by a certain Andy Leach, so thank you very much. The German High Court has ruled that e-cigarettes are not a medicine, and he goes on to a translation. The e-cigarette is not a drug. 17th of September 2013, the 13th Senate of the Higher Administrative Court today ruled in 3 cases that nicotine-containing liquids, so-called liquids, I presume that's meant to be e-liquid, that are vaporized and inhaled by using e-cigarettes. No drugs are, accordingly, the e-cigarettes are not medical devices themselves. In the first case, a woman had complained that a store for cigarettes and e-liquids operates in the Wuppertal, and the health department of the city of Wuppertal prohibits the sale of nicotine liquids on the grounds that it states that it is not an authorised medicine. The administrative court in Düsseldorf dismissed the application in the first place. On appeal, the Supreme Administrative Court granted the application. Subject of the second method was a press release from the Ministry of Health North Rhine-Westphalia on 16th of December 2011, which it warned of the distribution of nicotine to keep liquids, because they are drugs whose distribution is punishable without approval. Again, the Administrative Court Düsseldorf had rejected the claim of the manufacturer of such liquids to cease this statement. Although the Supreme Administrative Court had given a previous fast track to the state of North Rhine-Westphalia by interim order to refrain from the statement, such liquids are not medicinal products. There's a press release somewhere. Again, the Supreme Administrative Court upheld its action in the main proceedings. It goes on to state that in the third case that 2 companies that nicotine-containing cigarettes and e-liquids complained of the manufacture of distribute. Didn't say it was a good translation, by the way. They wanted to leave the Federal Institute for Drugs and Medical Devices judicial notice that no liquids and medicines necessary for evaporation of e-cigarettes are not medical devices. That action the Cologne Administrative Court had already upheld. The Supreme Administrative Court upheld this ruling on appeal. Basically, the court has decided that the nicotine-containing liquids are not a medicinal product by presentation, because they are not indicated or recommended as a means to a cure, which is something the community and manufacturers have been saying all along. Or mitigate or prevent disease, presented, in parenthesis, would. But also liquids are not a medicinal product by function. And we've been saying for however long that it's recreational use. I mean, I don't use this because I've got a problem or a disease. I use this because I like nicotine and I don't want to smoke tobacco cigarettes anymore. Still want to use nicotine, and I quite like using nicotine. I like using it like this, because it's better for me than trying to kill myself. Ran over. However, this does provide us with a rather large 50 caliber sniping rifle bullet, in the fact that it's a precedent. The Germans have said to the TPD, with its current regulation of e-cigarettes as a medicinal product, or perhaps that's the MHRA or whatever, but whoever's proposing it, you know, we now have a precedent. Germany have gone, Nein! It's nein medical product. Forgive my shite German there, but the fact is their Supreme Court have said no. This gives us a precedent for us to go to a Supreme Court as well and tell Linda McCavan, Jeremy Min, Glenys the Menace, all of them to why don't you foxtrot an Oscar. So that's brilliant news for us as vapors. The revolution truly may have begun, starting with Germany. Who'd have thought? It goes on to say that drugs typically have a therapeutic fitness and a therapeutic purpose. Both conditions are not met in nicotine, especially liquids. Thus these liquids are neither suitable or intended to achieve a lasting cessation. And apparently walked away from both Federal Centre for Health Education as well as German Cancer Research and latest scientific studies. Either way, German court, no, fuck them. So this is brilliant news, absolutely amazing news. I'm quite chuffed to hear that the Germans have gone out on a limb and said, nah mate, what you're proposing is bollocks, which is great. So I'll keep an eye on that, and the other things I've been keeping an eye on as well. To be fair, I've been quite lacklustre, and I do apologise to you my viewers for that. I've been Fury79. You, as always, been gorgeous. Great day to be a Vapor in Germany, so well done Germany. Let's hope we can follow suit. Peace.